Hello everyone, today I'm gonna have my Patreon's game review. Let's just start to watch from now. Yeah, it's like if you are like about between SDK and DDK, I think this game review will be useful for you. By the way, before you start to watch this game, I just want to promote one more time. If you are about like the folks 1 to maybe 7 to 8 dan, 1 to 8 dan, then if you want to improve one level, you can consider to join my one game master. Yeah, basically you can learn all kind of a training, and also you can be a master from opening to until end game. Yeah, if you want to improve your level. Okay, let's just start the game review from now. I will not comment about the who with black, white, and just I will try to make the between the best move for each other. Okay, in the opening, I think this is okay. You know, I'm not the person who is saying about you must play this joseki is very big territory. I don't have that kind of knowledge. Just like between A and B is, different way. If you choose about, because of why I'm not sure about the both players thinking. A is one of the joseki sometimes like when white plays here, and I'm not sure about the information. Yeah, the common pincer is here, right? And the white plays here. And if we, according to follow the information, I'm not sure AI will say same as just what I'm saying or not, but just, traditional information. If white just plays jumps here, and there will be two space jump, and then we can have a free pincer. White potential is great. And if black answers here, then this shoulder position is great as well. I don't say that this is better for white or not, but usually people cares about this kind of information too much. Information that makes you stronger player. So it can be just one of the idea, but even if you memorize this joseki, sometimes your opponent plays repincer. Do you think how much it will be better for you to lead the game? For example, you don't know how to play the kusumi because now separating is a key point. But when you had it to kusumi, if you play like something else, and even if I to just jump, actually information is no use. You have to solve the problem at that time. So this pincer is like, oh, I didn't complete about another pincer. So I'm sorry. Sometimes the multi-go is not really, yeah, uh, easy to handle sometimes. Yeah. So black plays here. Usually this is a joseki, something like that. I'm not sure whether you have seen it or not. Yeah, like this is a great move. Just like if black just pushes here, white to pushing back is usually not a good idea. So we want to press down, right? If white the cut here, then we can just try to play here, 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 and then extend here and the cut here and the honey. There will be like A and B. White is in big trouble. Something like that. Don't try to memorize, okay? Although I make the very much joseki, don't try to memorize. You will feel more headache. This is one of the joseki. Traditional joseki. Black can get the outside, white can get corner between sente. You may feel black is better, of course, because black has one more stone here. So white can go to the big place one more time. So normally when black plays this pincer, and it's like here, 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 at that time, instead of just following like same as what I said, and maybe I'm not sure whether black prepared about tricky joseki like that, because this is tricky, but now is not making sense. Anyway, I just make it one time, because if white wants to capture, something like that. Since I make it, actually is no use now. Because even if white plays this, and then black push out here, and then now cutting doesn't work, this push is sent in and extend here. And if black plays here, and then this one and here, and this is gonna be all sent in, and then now white can do that, and then what? You know what will happen, right? And if you really want to capture there, because this is sente, and even you can push one time, and then you can just jump here, then you can have a like amazing setting up the net. Okay, this is all rubbish. Normally this tricky joseki should be used when Blackstone has one more on the third line. This is one of the popular tricky joseki long time ago. Because at this moment, it's like this attachment is gonna work. Interesting, right? by the way. Just suddenly I remember, like, yeah, because it's like about 25 years ago and 20 years ago, I forgot. Anyway, yeah, just ignore if you both of the players were not thinking about the pincer. So I don't say that this is bad or that is good or bad. Sorry, vertigo. It's a bit harder to handle. Okay, now of course white can play here, black can play here, black can play tiger's mouth. So just jumping here. After that, I think this extending is also making sense too. Connect here and here. Since I watched this game, yeah, I'm really not sure though which one is on my Patreon, but I want to say that basic training is very important. Basic training, just like, for example, whether we can cut and capture or not. Yeah, of course. If black plays a block here, still we can capture. Of course, white can capture here, but black can recapture, and they are very weak. And of course, white can play here. We may not possible to capture, but you can just prepare. Because if white answers, then black can capture. I don't mean this is good for black, but when we are playing the game, the trading situation, we must have a trading. This is a basic capturing race, right? Yeah, basic capturing race. But basic can be basic to the SDK player. You know, when I say basic, basic capturing race will be to the SDK players. And when I say basic about the higher level games, it can be basic capturing race to the down level player, but it may not be basic capturing race to the SDK player. And it can be basic, you know, capturing race skill to the high down player, but it may not be to the, you know, 1, 2, 3 down players. Yeah. So, of course, it can be a bit difficult, but now it's like, if black decided to Atari here, I don't know which trading is the best. Maybe preparing one time also making sense. But still, it's same. I don't mean this is bad for white. If white just trade here, you know, even if we sacrifice, then still we can. But anyway, black should keep prepare about like practice how to have a how to complete the one local fighting, because somehow this Atari and then blocking here, somehow I can feel that black missed this blocking here. Yeah, this is how I feel. If this doesn't work, and the easier one is just don't cut at the first, and if black just cut here, yeah, you know, there are like, I don't say that cutting is a mistake. After cut, the plan should make sense. But in the actual game was like, somehow the capturing race was a bit not sure. That's why black has kept trying. Black is keep trying. And knight's move is not sent there. So of course, if this is a big misreading or something trouble, then we have to figure out those stones are already dead. So we need to set up the base. Take the base. But now here and then cutting. Yeah, this is also reading. There will be the ladder. If we have to step on the second line many times, of course it's not good. White has a two tactics. Just this is good enough, and sometimes white can even consider to have a peep here. Not giving the base can make black to fly to the sky, and then we can get the territory. I don't mean call is bad, yeah. Alright, so now is like biggest problem from black's mistake was like basic reading should be stronger than now. That's why in the opening there was a big damage. Yeah. At this moment, if we are afraid of the pincer, actually when we have a pincer, then it's a bit harder to handle when white has a red pincer. So I can still say that no matter we are winning or not, then if we feel a bit difficult, then taking base is easier to handle all the time. Yeah, we don't have to try to be efficient like this. If you ask me whether this is better than just making the 3 space jump, that's totally not. Because now when black plays here, white goes to the big place, and we can even consider to approach here, we can even consider to approach here. That's just decision. Sometimes we get to have a misunderstanding if we approach and then when he answers, then we can make the bigger territory. But actually that's not. That's not. Just we can follow the local fighting logic. If we don't have a base, if we are thinking they are important group, then we have to take the base. Yeah. Okay, here, 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 and then this. All right, now is like white to start to touch, right? For example, white plays here now. Everybody knows that we can just sacrifice there. It's easier to sacrifice. We can make the light group, one of the complete form. And here is also, yeah, we can sacrifice, right? Black could do it earlier. But of course here, we should pay something from his attacking. It may not be that, but just we need to be surrounded from outside. Yeah. So I can still understand Black can jump. At this moment, there are two options. Black can just answer by touching and then enjoy to have a jumping fighting. If you are asking me whether this is bad for Black, just is even fighting. Normally, if we are jumping each other together, then it cannot be bad. Or Tenuki makes sense too. And this move, yeah, now we can feel that Black's life and death is a bit not sure how to handle. About the purpose, like when Black invade here, whether this was reading or here, it should be, you know, it's like there should have some plan. Invading here just sometimes is like he will capture, but of course white will block first. Then now there are two options: just moving or leave it and go to big place and let him capture. But now it's like this move also from now the purpose should be like supporting this one. It's not like surviving inside of the corner. Now if white extend here, although black can save inside, it will be very pity. It should be like that. And here, 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 here. Yeah. Why black can attach? Because there will be cutting point, right? After that, this blocking, and then we just have to read the ladder. Yeah, but now it's like what I'm saying can be a bit difficult. Yeah, if there is like we can't see about this kind of a tetsuji. So now somehow, yeah. Basing life and that, this. Of course, if white does it, then black should try to still attach here and then force him to answer, and this should be sent in here. So of course, black is now is a bit not easy to handle, right? So okay, white just played a very tough move. So starting about now jumping and here is okay. Yeah, here is okay actually. White now black is okay. All right. Normally when you start to put here, there are two answers. First one you can support to the center. This is also okay. Another one you can just bother him. Yeah, if you are not thinking to be surrounded by him, he will jump here. Surrounding point is like when you set up the net, whether this will be broken or not. When you have a like push and cut, and when you try to have a cutting fighting, if he cannot surround you, then normally it is valuable. And then when you just cut here, usually after that, however you can break it out, then usually that means he is not ready to set up the net. At that time, you can just consider to play repincer as well. So when you play here, now basically white need to support here with taking the base. If his speed is a bit slow, then we are using a bit higher skill to touch here, because there is like anyway his territory. We can make it over concentrated, and then we can take the base by Sente, and then we can push up to the center. That is like supporting group now. But it was like little bit. That means now basing move is like just you can still press this one. So white really have to take the basic a bit far away, and then usually pass one. Not all the time, okay? Because now we are making here over concentrated. But now shoulder is not a good method, and you can even play knight move or push here. White cannot take the base. So when you have a repincer, but this blocking is nearly Sente. So I think pushing will be still common answer. This pushing doesn't mean you are going to kill. Just steal the base. After that, when you just defend your cutting point here, and then you can make him to jump and you can answer. Always, if you steal the base, then your present is taking the free territory from your opponent. Yeah. So here, 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 he has some natural connection. Yeah. Oh, now this Atari is not a good idea, I think. Maybe he didn't like this one, but I think it's like after we defend, black should defend here. I think white cannot, white can take the base easily. But although sacrifice, then still I cannot say white is bad. But I think maybe just saving was better at this moment. Okay, finally black take care of this life and death. So somehow, okay, going to big place. This is an interesting move. Just like this is a very traditional move. I think maybe it's like white is like obviously SDK player because he knows even this very traditional tactic. Yeah, one thing very interesting is like long time ago I always learned if we have to play like this from my teacher, but AI always suggests like to just break it out. Before we were thinking that this is really not good, and because white can get this Atari and this is a very you know, big territory. But now I'm not sure that all the time, most of the time AI suggests to Hane here. Of course, I'm not sure in this situation. So, okay, it was actual game. I think now black should figure out one thing. This stone is not that important to capture. For example, now this jumping is sente and then blocking is sente, and here is some base, right? And like when we jump out, actually this stone is like automatically that. Although he can save there, you don't have to care too much. You don't need to care. Let's say that white just saves there. And now black's head position is very fast. Then no need to care to capture this one. So if black cares, actually white, that means white also doesn't have to pip. Maybe I think he was afraid of a cutting point and then he is thinking that he wanna defend it naturally. So let's say that just surround and then black just survive here. Then, you know, center has a no value means we shouldn't play the center at the first move. We have to go to the corner first because it's like wide open. But between, just black plays here. Let's say that black play, here is a black color. And in the future, however, we fight here between this one and then now is like, and this one, here is white color and the white to put something. Of course, you know, that is totally different topic. As why we are not developing territory at the center, then that's different topic. Okay, and here. All right, now where was actually game? Okay, here. So eventually it's same. Yeah, basically I think when black invaded 3-3. About the corner life and that he I think is like a bit in trouble. Yeah. We don't save like that. When we invade here, I think it's like because I think this game has some gap. If white plays here now, the basic joseki black should scratch out. Ask how white will answer. Normally white is black, right? This cutting, sente. We don't mean it doesn't mean black will save this one. Just this hane and then connecting can make it cutting point. White can't ignore, right? So white has to just answer here, and then now black can have enough eye shape. Yeah, but if black doesn't do, okay, for example, now black doesn't do it and just connect here. Now, even this is already pity, but white can even just extend and then just outside, and invade here. So eye shape is in trouble. So I think it's like this kind of life and death and capturing rate should be trained. Yeah, let's say that here still white want to capture. He just stopped here because if white continue to play here, anyway there will be this aji and then he may not be sure whether he can surround and kill or not. If not, the white can just use it by sente later. So actual game, just bother this group again. Finally, he just decided to kill this group. But it doesn't mean we have to trust that. There will be like, of course, difficult. Just it's like difficult, not that easy life and death. Black can use this sente, right? And then black can cut here. If white goes out, and this is sente. No matter how white answers, then this black is no problem to connect each other. in the actual game, this, and then try to go out. Finally, yeah, this group was a bit in danger. Yeah, however, I think maybe white was a bit nice at this moment. White can even cut here, and then black life and death is in trouble. Yeah, it was like a call, but this is kind of the picnic call, right? And he even tried to kill this group. Okay, after this, I think the not important. Yeah. So about when we see about this kind of life and death, about here and about here, capturing race and life and death. So that part is of course the most important to go up to the SDK player, because I guess maybe white player is 2Q. And my Patreon, I guess maybe it's black. So yeah. Direction or idea is not the key point. Okay, I can just explain about the nature, how we can just improve. For example, you know, Baduk is a very simple game. Actually, it's not hardest game. Okay, I was not honest. When we just have this approaching. Okay, let's say that we don't have any information of the stone. I mean the joseki. Here, we memorize about this joseki. We have information. Nowadays we play here, right? Yeah, that's right. So white doesn't play here. And then we just tenuki, because now if we are investing one more step here, probably black will get more territory. And then when we tenuki, when we cut here, already we have to just have a like new fighting, and I need to solve by myself. If we never study about this one, we can't memorize everything. You know, we can't write down everything in the book, and we can't try to remember. But if we are solving the question, then we will get the power. Then 1, 2, and now I don't think I can set up the net. I think that is gonna be broken somehow. Actually, it's not, because now you can step back here. It's already net. And if you really don't know how to set up the net, you can even get the idea, like pushing. When it saves here, then of course you can switch to the left hand side, because now they have a no base. If you are just jumping here, however, white will get more. So if black just answers here, and then you can set up the net, right? So now it's like you can make the idea and solve the problem. All the fighting is like that. What about another joseki? Let's say that white just plays here. We have information this is gonna be joseki, although black used to nowadays this more. Maybe somebody may not know. Somebody may not know, but let's say that white just plays here, okay? At that time, we still have to solve the problem because we never seen it before. And what? Okay. So now white plays here. So if you cannot solve these questions, so now you need to play this and then make sente. And when he plays here, you can capture here. Okay, this is capturing race. And then now is like, this is similar than where we had the situation at the lower corner. Yeah, similar. And any other thing is also same. When you want to push and cut, then we have to solve the problem about the cutting point. Yeah. So I can just simply say that about this kind of a cutting point, after the usually capturing race will appear, and also life and death. In the corner life and death, yeah. So when we didn't have any information, however, we will have a touching fighting like actual game here. At the first time it was jumping fighting, right? And then we start to touch. At that time, if you are not sure whether you can, because there are many stones, according to follow the nature of the stone, you know, when we have a this joseki, we don't play inside the hane, because we know that now this capturing race is not okay. So we have information, we play outside and then here, and peacefully joseki is done, right? But when they have a cutting, it's called the overplay. But how are you going to solve the problem? Now if you just step back here, then black is getting much more thing. So you have to retrade here. And we know that we are losing this capturing race, but you can get back another one. So we are saying white is better, right? Yeah. So this is also similar. Similar. At the first jumping fighting was okay. Maybe you may feel a bit afraid whether black was not good when you hane outside. No, it's not. Just it's fine. And then when you decided to play here, I still respected this move. Was it right sequence or not? Wait, how come alphabet is disappear? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I can just recommend you to have a more basic training of the life and death and capturing race. Alright, thank you so much everybody for watching for this game review. Then see you guys next time. Bye bye.